Steve! You will never believe what I found.
Does that say Fender on the corner? I'm pretty sure I know what that is already.
Fender Mustang.
63 or 64 Fender Mustang. I guess it was just a matter of time, huh?
Are you excited?
It's missing the original whammy bar. But it's definitely got some character to it, I guess. Those aren't easy to find in the wild.
I know, and it's a Sky Stang too. That's because it's sky blue.
I do like the color.
That's the most famous, coolest, best one.
But why is it all dinged up?
That's cool, that's part of the look. That makes it better. Maybe it was one of Kurt's spares that maybe he smashed. Hey, maybe it's the one from the big throw. Of February 22nd.
Well, is it left-handed?
Yeah, it is.
Why would you buy a left-handed guitar?
No, it's not.
Of course it's not. I can see from here that it's not.
Way to spoil my fun.
All right. I don't want to kill the dream.
You're a jerk. It's probably. I think it still could have been Kurt's, and maybe it just got restrung right-handed. You can do that.
Where'd you find it anyway?
The pawn shop on First. I walk by there all the time, and today I saw sitting there in the window, Fender Mustang. So guess what? I went in and I bought it.
That's what you spent your winnings on? What a waste.
Waste? Waste, Steve?
Yeah, Scott. A waste.
Waste for the best guitar in the world? I don't think so.
Well, maybe you should be thinking about financial responsibilities and fiscal priorities.
Grow up.
Did you forget about our tab at Dave's? It's huge.
My tab at Dave's is actually your responsibility now, Steve, because you made that stupid bet.
I keep telling you, it wasn't a bet. It was a gentleman's agreement. And you agreed to it because you're a gentleman? Anyway, you're the most honest and fair person I've ever known. And I'm gonna get my end of the bargain done.
Okay, good. How do I look?
Really cool, like always. But you still should have saved that money to put towards your half of the tab when I finish the album.
Well, when's that gonna be?
I don't know.
I'd like to see you try to finish it without my help, Steve.
Drummers can do more than just keep time, all right? I can finish it.
In all honesty, I can't let you do that because I'm pretty sure you're gonna mess it all up.
At this point, it's impossible to mess up. We're basically ready to go into the studio and start recording it. So spending that money, it's like saying you don't have faith in me.
Or it's like just saying I can make more money when the time comes. I don't know. I'm going tree planting in a couple weeks.
You're what?
I can just make it then.
When did this change?
No big deal, Steve. Just lay off, okay?
I thought this was finally going to be the summer where you stayed home so we could jam.
Well, yeah, but only because I was going to be working at Chipotle. And I got fired. Because of you.
Screwed by the internet. Again. We were supposed to practice all summer so that we'd be ready for our world tour when the album comes out.
Well, at least this way, I'll come back with some money and we can rent some studio time. It gets way too hot in here, man. Remember 2 summers ago when I came back for a couple days in mid-August? It was like sweatiest I've ever been.
What?
It was like 120 degrees in here.
You don't have to exaggerate. It was like 110. Plus with the fan going, it was like only 107 or 8.
It was not a good snow in here.
Anyway, I can see that the guitar looks awesome. But you might as well put it away so we can start jamming.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could jam a song with it.
Nah.
Don't you think?
No.
You don't want to jam a song?
Nah.
With this?
No.
With, the same guitar that the great one had?
There's no point.
Why not?
You're not going to play with it live.
Not even one song?
I said no.
It might not hurt to play one live song with it.
Yeah, actually, it could hurt
It looks cool.
because we have more important stuff to worry about right now than playing with our fancy new instruments.
It's not just a fancy instrument, Steve. It's like rock history right here. This is grunge rock history. Okay? Show a little respect.
I only show respect. Are you not at all worried about this problem with Mr. Shimano?
Why do you keep calling him that? Why not just use his first name? Does he have a first name?
I think so. But I don't know it.
Well, just ask Julian.
I don't even think Julian knows it. I think that's a thing when you become a millionaire. People don't use your first name anymore. They just call you Mr. whatever your last name is.
I've never heard that.
Sure you have. Remember that time we were backstage with Mudhoney and we heard Mark Arm's guitar tech call him Mr. Arm?
Yeah, but I think that's because they have sort of a student-teacher relationship. That seems normal then.
Actually, you might be right about that.
Like Mr. Bogdanovich, my 9th grade shop teacher, who got fired for peeing in the outhouse on sports day
Yeah, actually, because probably none of the guys in Mudhoney are actually millionaires.
with the door open.
But just think, when we finally hit the big time and the towel guy is bringing us fresh, clean towels, are you going to let him call you Scott? I'm not.
Of course not. That'd be dumb. Your name's Steve.
Not to the towel guy. It's going to be Mr. Dobeck.
I'm definitely letting the towel guy call me Scott. And same with the food and drink guys. You think after we become big time rock stars, I'm just gonna start going along with all the status benchmarks and like socially oppressive hierarchies? No way. Unlike you.
Well, I'm not really going to do that either.
Sell out.
That's not nice. I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah, right. You just said you were gonna.
No.
Yeah, you can't wait to start acting like you're better than everyone.
Yeah, I can wait.
I'm way better than that.
No.
I would never do that, and I'm way above that.
Shut up.
You think if you're rich enough, you could just get to be called doctor, even though you're not actually a doctor?
No, you're thinking about how when you get famous enough,
I think so.
whatever school you graduated from will just make you a doctor. And you don't even have to be smart. They give you a piece of paper that says you're a doctor. So we'll probably get those one day.
Dr. David, that's got a nice ring to it, huh?
I'm mostly excited to have nice clean towels whenever we want them. That's going to be awesome, huh?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be sweet. They're probably softer than normal towels too.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure when you're like a rich rock star, the towels are so nice.
Yeah. They're made of all these crazy materials we don't even know about.
Not that I really care how soft the towel is, as long as it really, just dries
Yeah, totally.
good.
Anyway, this is important, and you interrupted me. Julian is going to be bringing Mr. Shimano down to Brody's in 2 weeks to watch us play. And Mr. Shimano is bringing his girlfriend, who apparently is even more into grunge than he is.
Sexy girlfriend, huh?
Ignore that part.
All right.
Just be ready to give the best performance of your life in 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's when I'm going tree planting. What if I have to miss it?
You're not leaving until we play this gig. If we lose this jam space, that's the end of the album, remember?
No, but I gotta get there on the first day. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get a good spot at camp. I can't rely on Tiger and Raywind to make sure I get a good spot. They're not gonna save it for me.
Do you realize you're not making any sense right now?
I'm making perfect sense. I'm the oldest guy there, okay? I should have the best spot. And if I'm not there first day, I probably won't. That's not okay with me, Steve.
Scott, what's worse? Getting a crappy spot in camp? Or never jamming again?
Oh, man, you're right. Good thing I got you to always put things in the way that I understand it. I almost made a big mistake.
It's a talent.
Would be nice to have that good spot, though.
Just forget about the spot.
So what's the plan anyway? Or do we even have a plan?
We're gonna rock out so hard that Mr. Shimano is gonna think he just saw the best band in the world. And then we're gonna tell him that the reason we got so good is because we get to practice in this little room on top of the building he's going to buy. And then he'll realize that he's got to let me keep living up here.
Seems like kind of a flimsy plan, to be honest.
You know what your problem is?
No offense.
You let the pessimism of alternative rock influence your day-to-day thought process. Sometimes you got to envision your life as an 80s movie, and you're the star. You're the cool guy who has everything go right for him. Well, 2 Thursdays from now is the 80s movie of our lives, and we're the stars. And the night at Brody's is going to be the climax, where everything goes right for us, even if it doesn't make sense.
No way!
But only if you use the Ibanez.
Okay, yeah, okay then. I guess we should start practicing. Man, I can't believe. How do you know all this?
Well, I'm pretty loosely paraphrasing what that witch doctor told us.
We sure are lucky we found that witch doctor.
I say that to myself probably once a day. Like, I know I can't take all the credit for it, but I feel like all the heavy metal I've listened to had something to do with our luck meeting that guy. Because you didn't stray as far from grunge as I did. But once I found Metallica and Megadeth, that led to Anthrax, Slayer, Motorhead, Iron Maiden, and to a lesser extent, other bands like Testament, Exodus, Mastodon, Armored Saint. Those bands all sing about the dark arts. And if there's one thing I've learned from listening to the lyrics, it's that you do not ignore witch doctors. That's serious stuff. You take their advice. If they tell you you're going to be the chosen ones, you listen. If you ignore them, they put a hex on you.
Yeah, we do not want to get hexed. That's for sure. But, Steve, how do we know if his magic is, actually real?
Because he was a witch doctor.
How do we test it?
Yeah, I understand the skepticism around witches, because there's been fake ones out there since pretty much the 1600s. But there are no fake witch doctors. They're all real.
But why would a witch doctor be hanging out in downtown Seattle?
He wasn't a street performer, all right? He couldn't have been. We never saw him again. And none of the other street guys even knew about him.
Do you think it was a sign?
It definitely was.
Like, from the god of rock?
Or if not him, a sign from one of the other metal deities, like a rock demigod.
I know, I'm not sure we should be messing with magic.
Oh.
Especially
I see what you mean.
black magic.
Dave Mustaine did say that messing with black magic ruined his life.
Really? His life turned out pretty good.
I know.
He's the second most successful metal guitarist in the whole world.
Second or third.
What more could you want?
Well, he wanted to be first most successful. Hey, he's a greedy, egotistical guy.
Let me guess. He blames the black magic for why he got kicked out of Metallica.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Yeah, but if he never got kicked out of Metallica, then maybe he would have never been angry enough to write my favorite Megadeth song, Angry Again.
Good point. Definitely not.
The more of you that I inspect, the more of me I see reflect. The more I try to read your lips, the more the mask you're wearing rips. But when I seek out your voice, my ears are overcome with noise. You show and tell with the greatest ease, raving impossibility.
Dave Mustaine's voice sounded cooler on that song, which was on the Last Action Hero soundtrack, than any song from one of his own albums.
Yeah, well, I guess you could just say that Dave Mustaine makes all of his best music for other people. You know, like Metallica.